Dave Eubank of the Free Burma Rangers remains on the front lines and tells CBN News what he's seen and heard.
There's been constant fighting since the invasion. There's never been a ceasefire, not one day. Airstrikes by drones, regular airstrikes, artillery, mortars, Turkish tanks, shooting right at us.
He says the U.S. exit left a vacuum on the battlefield.
Once we stepped back, boom, here came the Turks and the Free Syrian Army, most of whom were jihadis, and they fled and ran for their lives, over 300,000. Massive ethnic cleansing that now America is part of. And it's not completely genocide because no one's hanging out to find out they're going to get killed.
Eubank has watched Turkey's NATO army work side by side with virtual terrorists.
The Free Syrian Army is a wicked force unleashing terror. We've seen them mutilate girls, torture civilians, yell Allahu Akbar, just like we saw ISIS do against us. So I would say they're a wicked scourge being used by Erdogan to torment the people here, and they've got to be stopped.
He accuses them of committing war crimes.
Oh, yes. Killing prisoners, killing civilians, chasing people out of their homes, torture. Definitely.
A top U.S. diplomat agrees, writing in this internal memo, Turkey's military operation in northern Syria, spearheaded by armed Islamist groups on its payroll, represents what can only be described as war crimes and ethnic cleansing. On Capitol Hill, 5 U.S. senators want straight answers from Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. In this letter, they asked Pompeo if reports that Turkey and Turkish-backed forces are operating outside the agreed-upon safe zone are true, and ask that the administration take immediate action against Turkey if these reports are true.
Erdogan really is an Ottomanist. He wants to come and expand his empire.
Juliana Taimarazi is an Assyrian Christian who sees history repeating itself in Erdogan's so-called safe zone.
I'm hoping that the United States and the rest of the world would not give in to his demands of the safe zone that he's trying to expand. We have to look at history. We have to look at what the Ottoman Empire did to the Christian community in the region, in ancient Mesopotamia, and really stop that from progressing. They completely destroyed, they wanted to Islamify and Turkify the entire Christian community in Turkey.
Taimarazi sees the Turkish invasion as one more blow to Middle East Christianity.
The dwindling number of Christians in the region should be shocking to the Westerners, because as the cradle of Christianity empties and everybody migrates to the West, 2 things happen. One, radical Islam will be on the rise because there's no buffer between the Islamic East and the Christian West. The second is that the civilization, the ancient civilizations like Assyrians, we will melt in the fiber of the West and we will not be a part of the Middle East, which is the cradle of civilization and the cradle of Christianity.
After more than 30 days of fighting, Turkey's Operation Spring Peace has changed the face of the region, leaving hundreds dead, thousands wounded, and hundreds of thousands displaced. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.